Right, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video we are going to be doing this makeup look. My favorites is obviously the eyes, but one thing I just wanted to highlight, you guys want to see from the title, is my facial hair, my pigmentation, all of that stuff, all that fun stuff. I have very thick, coarse black hair on my face, especially around my chin and I don't know what you would call these, but under my lip area, and it stems from having PCOS, and yeah, like it's just one of my biggest struggles on a day-to-day basis. I can't be shaving my face every single day because my skin gets so irritated. You guys can, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have like a few bumps under here from shaving my skin, even just like every few days. And yeah, so one of the things that I do to cover it up, I am going to share in this video. Hope you guys do enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's do my skin prep and my skincare first. One of my favourite products that I've mentioned in a few of my other makeup tutorials is the Medicube Zero Pore Pad. I just love this. It just really cleans the skin, and Medicube have just sent me a new one, and so I'm stocked up again. It's just perfect. This camera just gave out on me. Also, my eyebrows need doing so desperately, but I'm still trying to grow them out. This I just use on my face, my neck, everything. It just really cleans, like deep cleans the skin. Look how gross, I don't know if you guys can see, look how gross that looks. Next, I like to go in with the Tatcha Brightening Serum. Usually I do this with my morning skincare. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna reapply it, and I'm just pinning my hair back. During the day, my skincare is just very simple. The final kind of skincare product is the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Plumping Moisturizer, and it's so flipping good. Like, it's such a good moisturizer. Like, I don't usually like a gel moisturizer just because they tend to peel under makeup. This literally does not, so I love it so much. Yeah, that is that. Next product is eye cream. The one thing about me is I cannot survive without eye cream. This product is nearly finished, and this is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. I've been using for quite a while now, like over a year. Moisturize under the eyes and just on top of the eyelids as well. Next is skin prep for makeup. Just two products. You know, my base is all nice and moisturized. It's all ready to kind of, you know, for makeup to sit on it. However, I like to go in with the Rhode Blazing Milk. I have been using this again since the beginning of the year. This stuff is so expensive, but it is worth every single drop. Honestly, I just rub it in my hands, and then I just like to just rub it and then pat it in, and it just makes your face look so like radiant and plump. Just ready for makeup to be applied on. Loads of people I've seen, even Hailey Bieber herself, she actually mixes it with her foundation, which kudos to you, girl. Kudos to you. So, and then the next product is just the Rhode Barrier Butter. I just love this. I love the way my foundation looks with this. A few weeks ago, what had happened was I actually filmed a makeup tutorial for you guys, showing you guys a bunch of new makeup that I got and just trying it all out. However, the camera, I did not realise, filmed it in a time lapse, so it was just like there was literally, was it slow mo? I think it filmed it in slow motion, and I was so annoyed. I'm just like, I spent so long filming that video, and then I'm getting around to editing it, and it's in slow motion. Some of the makeup I'm using today, which is my new favourite foundation, was in that video as well. Obviously, the main purpose of the video, so if you guys follow me from TikTok or Instagram, you would know that one of the things that I suffer with is PCOS. The main symptoms I have is hair loss and facial hair, and so because I don't like to shave my face every single day, it's trying to find ways to kind of conceal my facial hair, my pigmentation. So that is basically the main concept of the video, is just to show you guys how I conceal my facial hair, especially because it's so dark and coarse as well. And I have been loving product for so long, and it is the Huda Beauty colour corrector. And I know a lot of people say that you shouldn't use a lot of colour corrector because it tends to get cakey, but the reason why I prep my base so much and I put so much prep on is literally just because I know that I'm going to put a lot around my mouth area. So I just like to I start off here where it's the worst. I'm running low on this as well, guys. And then I like to just round and then just do the same on this side. But my moustache area isn't too bad. It used to be a lot worse when I was in school, and even my sideburns. I was in school, yeah, and I never used to wear my hair up, and one boy noticed my sideburns and called me Elvis Presley, and that just stuck with me forever. And then after that I never wore my hair up in school again until I got to sixth form, when I was and that was when I started trimming my facial hair. And then I think after uni my facial hair just got significantly worse, and well, because I didn't really know what PCOS meant. I didn't get diagnosed with PCOS until I was in my first year of A-levels. I was about 17, actually I think it was second year of A-levels. I think I got diagnosed when I was 18. I didn't really know what it was. So even when I went to uni, like I knew I had PCOS, but I'm like what does it mean? I literally don't know. And it's only in recent years, like let's say a year or two, that I've actually research what PCOS is, the things that I need to do, and why I have such thick facial hair and why I'm losing my hair as well. And it's just like doing these little things every day that's going to help me maintain and manage my symptoms. And again, like I said, my worst symptom is my facial hair and me losing my hair. Alhamdulillah, my hair is actually starting to grow back, and my facial hair, like I've started doing at-home laser, just because the laser clinic that I went to, they went into liquidation after like having three, I think I had 3 sessions. They went into liquidation, and they were really good, like because I had gone to a laser clinic before, but I did not see the results that I did after like 2 or 3 sessions with this laser clinic. But it's so sad because they specialize in PCOS facial hair. Sorry, I'm just blending this out with the Real Techniques 242 brush. It's the one with the flat head in it. So yeah, like they specialize in PCOS facial hair. It just worked for me. It worked so well, and it was just sad to see them go into liquidation, because even my legs, like I had got my legs done, my leg hairs, like I only had like 3 sessions on my legs, and I have hardly any hair on my legs, where before I had a lot of hair on my legs, which is crazy to me. Obviously some people say laser works, some people say laser doesn't. I think it depends on your hair type. The thicker your hair, the better it will work for you. That is just what I've learned. Ugh, can you believe I'm going back into my 9-to-5 corporate job next month? Crazy. I know I've had such a long break, so I shouldn't be complaining. I should say thank God. Right, so sometimes I will go in with a concealer depending on how long it's been. I'm just going to use the NARS potted concealer in the shade Caramel, and I'm just going to just put a very thin layer on, because again, like I said, I'm going to put foundation on. So just a very thin layer. I'm just going to use this fake hourglass brush. I'm just to kind of help neutralize it even more. I was going to do a natural makeup look today, but then I noticed my facial hair was coming through and I was like, okay. So that is literally all I do. I feel like I have a hair on my face. I'm gonna go in with my musty, dusty, crusty sponge. I literally do not wash this sponge, which is disgusting. Next I'm gonna go in with my foundation. Now, I have been loving so many different foundations, but my all-time favorite is the House Labs foundation. This was supposed to be in my review of makeup that filmed in slow motion. It is the best colour match I have had ever. Like, even like compared to my Huda Beauty Easy Blur, this is the best like shade match I've ever had. I'm just gonna put it directly onto my face, and I like to just do, I think in total on my face I do about 1 pump. That's it, and I will drag it down to my neck as well. I'm gonna go in with my real hourglass brush, and this is the angled brush. I love this for foundation. I usually would go in with my Beauty Bay brush, but this one is just so much better. I feel like for getting certain areas of my face, like, just so good. I never realised that when it came to makeup, you need to invest in your makeup brushes as well. You can't just be using any makeup brush on your face. I'm looking down because my mirror is down. It is in the shade 330 medium cool. So usually I go for like a warm tone. I don't know why I put so much foundation on my forehead. Warm tone foundation. However, this time round I've gone for a more cool toned, and like I said, it's the best colour match I've ever had. Also, let me know if you guys want to see a drugstore version of like correcting my hyperpigmentation, my facial hair, etc. I can definitely do that for you. That is my base, basically, not my base but my foundation done, and as you can see it has concealed really nicely. And yeah, that is the best I'm gonna get. You might be able to see a slight shadow, but like I said, that is the best I'm gonna ever get when it comes to my base. So I'm gonna quickly do my eye makeup. Next step is bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario bronzer. I'm just gonna pop it where you can see that little shadow, and I'm gonna drag it, and I'm just gonna do that because there's a slight curve there, and that is literally where I'm doing my placement. Okay, I'm trying to change up my makeup a little bit just to make my face look a bit better, and then I'm just gonna pop a couple dots on my forehead and a couple on my jaw, and that is my bronzer placement. I have been using the same bronzing brush for a long time now, and it is a Real Techniques brush, a 200 brush. I use the same brush for my blush, just a different brush. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of colour corrector under my eyes, and I like to let it sit under my eyes for a good couple of minutes. I'm going to go in with my blush. Now, recently I've been using the Patrick Tar blush, but I'm just going to go back in with my normal blush combo, which is the Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Latte. And I like to just pop it here above, like right near my eye. Well, you guys can see that. Brown on the skin, but it blends into a beautiful shade of like, it's like a purpley, but it blends so nice into the skin. My shade of Rare Beauty blush, sorry I'm looking down, is the shade Joy. And I like to just pop it here, just create like a little, it doesn't look ombre, but it just creates this really pretty shade of blush. It's the Real Techniques 200 brush. It's just, I have two separate brushes, one for bronzer and one for blush, and I like to just blend. Same over here. No, it doesn't need to be perfect because I like to go in with my sponge. I'm going to go back in with my 242 brush from Real Techniques, and just blend that out, blend out the colour corrector. Most people like to do one eye at a time. Apparently I am going to be like most people today. And then I'm going to go in with my Hourglass concealer in the shade Flax, which is a very similar tone to my skin, but I don't like to use this on its own. I also like to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard as the brightening shade, and just pop that right under. I'm just going to go in with this Aviva 142 concealer brush, which isn't my favourite. I'm just going to blend this out. And then I'm just going to go in with the sponge over the top, because usually I wouldn't have to do this. And I'm just going to go in, like I said, my sponge, just blend it into the corner. We're just going to go in with my powder puff and just set under the eyes, sit directly under the eyes. Is what I prefer. I don't like to drag my powder down. I'm just going to quickly set my other eyes. Oh. Alright guys, I'm having to film on my phone now. My computer's just, everything is a shambles. I don't even know what the lighting is saying. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly blend out my concealer. Next, I'm going to go in with Patrick Tar She's Flushed, the powdered side. I like to use this side, the smaller side, just because I can actually, I think that looks nice. The lighting, so good. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the lighting anymore. And then we're just going to, okay. So that is basically my blush done. I'm not going to add any more blush. I like the way it just blends into my skin, you know. Next is some powder. So this is the Beauty loose powder. Like I said earlier, I actually, whatever's left in this lid is mixed with Cherry Blossom and Peach Pie. I actually really like the colour together. Obviously Huda has brought in a like duo thing. I like to just set my under eyes, just kind of like almost baking, but like pushing it in as well. So with whatever's like left of my brush, what I like to do, like blush, I just like to just, you know. Now before I do any other makeup, I'm going to actually start on my mascara routine. So the first thing I like to do is actually curl my lashes with the Shiseido lash curler. I realised is the Ilia mascara is actually one of my favourite mascaras. I like to do one eyelash at a time. One eye at a time. You like that? So next thing I'm going to quickly do while I wait for my mascara to dry is just quickly set my neck and any other areas that are like shiny that I don't want to kind of look shiny, you know. I like to use the Refi brow tint in the shade Deep Brown, and what I like to do is I like to just brush my eyebrows back and forth, and then up. My lip liner, which is in the shade Pillow Talk Intense, and I like to just, my lips are a little bit dry, I like to just line my lips. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on some Summer Fridays lip balm in the centre of my lips, and in the shade Cherry, I think. You know, kind of like cherry colour lips actually. And then I like to be a little bit extra, and I like to use the Summer Fridays lip oil over the top of that in the shade Blush Dreams, from Summer Fridays again, and just in the centre of the lip. That's my lip combo. Look how beautiful my lips look. And just add a tiny bit more mascara, not too much because I don't like my eyelashes to look too. Now as you can see, my eyelashes have dropped drastically, and what I like to do is just like to go in with my eyelash curler again and just curl the eyelashes. Whoa. And like, look at the difference between that one and that one. Yeah, you have to be really careful that you're not going to rip out your eyelashes though. I think that is basically my makeup done. Oh my god, no it's not. I'm such an idiot. I don't know how I could forget. The most important step to my makeup is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Okay, so that concludes my makeup. What do you guys think? Do you think I did a good job covering up my like pigmentation and my facial hair? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and please let me know down below what type of content you would like to see in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.